What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to make a short little video about this rod. I was looking for a good medium action spinning rod and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. So to be totally honest, I was looking at the Bass X line, and I was also looking at even a Shimano Zodius and the SLX, or even a Corrado. My main issue with the Shimano rods, anything below the X prides that I have, you lose that bottom locking nut and you still have the top lock nut. So on the Zodius, Corrado, SLX, you have that top locking nut, and because of that you lose your grip above the reel, and that's a deal breaker for me. So especially at the price point they're at, you think, you know, for their spinning rods, they would change that up to where you have the bottom locking nut and the grip up front. So my next choice was the Bass X rod, and it was a 7-1 medium, I believe. And I was actually at my local Sportsman's Warehouse looking, and I was just looking around the aisles there, and I saw that they had got this in. And what this is a Daiwa TATULA XT. And, you know, I picked it up because it's a really good looking rod. In fact, the only thing I don't like about this rod is the EVA foam grips. I wish it had cork grips. But I picked it up, and first thing I noticed was, wow, this thing is light. It's super lightweight for a $99 rod. And then I started looking at the guides, and I was like, every one of these guides has inserts. Okay, so that's a bonus. And then you get the micro guides, which I guess is supposed to help with casting distance, but I think in my mind it probably helps with sensitivity a little bit too. But I think it's mainly a casting distance thing. But then you go look at the Bass X, and in my personal opinion, in hand, the Bass X feels heavier. You only have, I think, 3 guides with inserts, and then the rest are just plain stainless steel guides, and they're super big. So I was like, comparing the two, and just this TATULA was just felt more premium, looked more premium, felt like a higher end rod. The weight was less in the hand, and the action seemed really nice on it. It's definitely a true fast action rod. Just the first little bit of that rod bends, maybe the first, I don't know, 1.5 feet of the rod bend. So it's a true fast action rod. Whereas your Bass X most of the time is a little bit more moderate. And you know, with the techniques I wanted to use this for, I wanted that fast action. So I took a risk on it, really. I bought it not really knowing anything about it. I've never had any Daiwa products. And long story short, I have been blown away. I started out actually with a little finesse swim bait on this guy. Caught a couple of fish doing that, and you could easily detected the bites fishing that little swim bait. And then I actually took it down to the creek just yesterday and fished a little Ned rig, a little 1/10 ounce Ned rig on this guy, and that's really what sold me on this rod, because you could literally feel every little rock, everything that little Ned rig was floating down. And once it stopped, you could still feel the current through the rod. You could feel that water passing over the line. Like, I was blown away at how sensitive this rod was. And I actually just rigged up a drop shot on it, so the next time I go out, I'll be fishing it, trying it out with a drop shot. But if you're in the market, guys, and you're looking for a good budget rod, you cannot go wrong with this guy. I promise it'll blow you away. Just Daiwa TATULA XT. If you can't actually put your hands on one in person, just go ahead and pull the trigger on it and order you one. I promise you won't be disappointed. I mean, I've got on here and made a video about it, and that's not something I really do. So, I mean, if that tells you anything about how I feel about this rod. I really want to get a couple of models with, they do make the TATULA with the cork grip. I want to get a couple of those. The next one I'm probably going to order is a 7.6 heavy casting, and then I'm probably going to do a 7.1 medium light spinning with the cork grip. But I gotta get my money back up before I can do that. But I mean, if I'm being totally honest, guys, if I'm being totally honest, this rod has made me contemplate selling my X Prides. Not that I don't love my X Prides, and yes, they're crazy light and crazy sensitive, but this thing will literally do anything I need it to do. And I could buy 3 of these to one of those X Prides. And there's a huge advantage in that because, well, number one, especially like if you're tournament fishing, you want to be able to have several techniques rigged up and ready to fish. You don't want to have to be constantly cutting and re-rigging. And like the other day, Saturday, you know, was fishing a tournament and I really needed to rig up a drop shot, but you know, just taking that much of my leader line and taking the time to rig it up, and it just, you know, I didn't want to do it, so I didn't do it. So there's a huge advantage in being able to get more rods, in my opinion. And with as nice as this is at that $99 price point, you can't go wrong, guys. I mean, this thing, I have no doubt that you could go out and tournament fish with this line of rods and be very successful. And I know that was my only complaint, is the EVA foam. I prefer the feel of cork. And that's just a little personal type deal. And honestly, I don't even mind it now because of how much I've enjoyed fishing the rods. So I'm going to quit talking, but I'm telling you guys, you got to check one out. Go buy one for yourself. This rod's making me contemplate going full Daiwa. Because it's just that good, and to be at that the price point that it's at is amazing. So, but as always, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have some more fishing content coming out soon, and trying to keep it interesting for you guys. So let me know down in the comments, you know, what do you want to see, what don't you want to see? Do you want to see some more pond fishing? You want to see some creek fishing? You know, let me know how I can make the channel better for you guys. But that's pretty much all I got for you, so we'll catch you on the next one.